inbreds, I think. I did not dealt with a lot of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? This lady in my damn job, that's what they were doing. My grandma was having sex with her goddamn boyfriend, whoever, her brother, whoever he was. I think they were inbred. I said they were slow. You know what I'm saying? I've been used as a reverse psychological detox for a lot of these folks out here. You know, I grew up, I remember in Fairmont going to apartments, there was a albino kid. I told him he was light skinned, making to uplift him. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody need love, so y'all just gotta be careful who y'all belittle and shit, cause everybody ain't gonna take no shit from nobody. Everybody need to be loved, and at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I've been around a lot of people that just got on my nerves and still get on my nerves. I realized when it comes to these geeky people, I'm like, they're my detox. And I've written a lot of songs listening to them talk. They speak pig Latin, they have Creole accent. And I'm like, I reading them and they've lost their essence. And I analyzed their appeal. It is crazy because I really a detox. You know, like I said, um, it's a lot of stuff, people and shit that I'm rejectful with, and I realize, I was listening to Kendrick Lamar, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. I was sitting there really having an intellectual mindset and a inferiority complex, excuse me, to a guy named Desmond Rose. Like I said, when I was a kid, I remember somebody was sitting there telling me I was a straight woman. Some nigga named Tommy or some old nigga, I don't know. There was just so many different people in my life, I just don't damn know. You know how you just don't know? You just don't know. But yeah, I had a lot, grew up around a lot of people that was sitting there teaching me concepts behind my mom back and was, you know, realizing that, you know, I don't know why, but I just feel like my mom is not a functional minded person. A lot of women in my life, I'm a lesbian, a lot of girls in my life have an inferiority complex to my physicality. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much, you know, I'm kind of on a little diet right now, trying not to eat fast food, but you know, most of the women in my life pretty much was sitting there trying to get me to be a damn submissive woman and shit like that, and they coming up with all this shit corrective rape. Nah, that shit ain't cool, man. Y'all stop letting people push over you, walk over you. I know I'm the man with a gun in my hand. Believe that, because if I get one, I'm going to use that motherfucker. But I'm a little tired. Excuse me. Let me take my head to the strip club or something. Yeah, I don't know. I appreciate everything, every blessing I have in my life. And that's on everything. I'm on this Instagram shit, and I'm like, in life, I met random people that have formed opinions about me, and I'm like, these folks just don't know like what time it is with me. You know what I'm saying? My mom had 2 kids by some nigga from Techwood Projects. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Atlanta, and I pretty much all the neighborhoods. When I was a kid, we viewed it as the ghetto, but it was a sense of normalcy. Like I said, you know, you see how Grand Theft Auto, they got the evergreen trees, they got these little criminal trees, whatever the fuck, all that shit. You gotta find you somewhere on this earth when you just experience a bad ghetto. You gotta find you somewhere else to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm out here in South Carolina, because it's somewhere different. But looking at this shit, I'm like, if I go to California, I had a time of my life. But you know what I'm saying? People really have created. It's a lot of things out here that it's just bad for the soul. And 20. How old am I this year? Let me see, 2022. I was born in 1912. It's 2022. I think I'm 29, or I'm gonna be 29 this year, or 30. I can't even remember. That's how you know you're getting old. I was born in 92. Yeah, I'll be 30 this year, goddamn it. I'm 29 years old. That's some shit though. So I'm definitely trying to get back in shape and start running and shit, but you know what I'm saying? Being that, like I said, I'm a feminist. I've been oppressed because of the reality of my womanhood by certain things, men really wanting to control me and wanting me to, succumb to a role. I was taught not to be a conformist, so, you know, Dr. Poe, shout out to you. White man shifted my paradigm, and pretty much I was taught that some white people were racist and shit, so a lot of people just didn't have my best interest at heart, and it just fucked up, because you gotta realize that some people mind are really stuck in a certain way. And I know that people die and people experience things, but there is a such thing as ignorance. I've watched videos about it. There are illiterate people, there are people that just don't know. They haven't been exposed to certain ways of life. They haven't been exposed to certain ways of thinking, so they have to get accustomed to it. You know what I'm saying? I taught my little sisters lesbianism, but they were being told to ignore me. And that's why I'm saying, when it comes to naturalism, people think that shit is normal. Like, there are men out here, there are people that say there are rituals and places where you go on islands where they're having sex with their kids as a naturalistic ritual. And I believe that this probably is, I only have a ninth grade education. This probably is true, but it's not cool with me. So I pretty much raised myself to be a Rasta man, and that's what I'm doing. I'm free forming my locks, and I'm trying to not to eat all this damn American shit, but I do a lot of shit out of habitual, and it's not because I really want to. I don't feel happy when I eat chips and shit. So I know how to center myself. I do it as an act of submission to these people in my life that I love. And at the end of the day, I have no friends and I don't want them. And I truly have happiness by myself. I cannot express that more. I cannot stop myself from craving dick, and there is a uniform way of thinking where there are men out here that actually want to make women crave dick and break their hymen and actually conform to the idea of being a young lady. And I just think that is just stupid. So with all that being said, I pretty much, am very grateful for just life itself. You know what I'm saying? And, I have anxiety because of the fact that, intercourse with a man has really made me a gay male in the mind. It's just agitating. It's like, that likes women more, right? Just, that's how I feel. Like, it's just agitating that I've had this peculiar experience, or not peculiar, but this kind of forced experience, and people sitting there teaching me to hate myself and all that shit. And like I said, I just try to watch things and look for pictures and shit and listen to tunes to help me detox my mind. That's when I had to stop listening to all that damn Geechee music. Even though some of it, is a detox, but it's a reminder, you are what you think. So, I really want to, go on a damn, I'm stuck in a little, habitual way of thinking, as a woman, I'm like, I really, really wish that I was born a boy, because people are questioning me about everything I do because of being a female, and that's what I want to do. I want to cut my breasts off. You know what I'm saying? So, because they're in a way, I'm like, it's very agitating. Like I said, just thinking too hard about stuff. I need to stop doing that. Enjoy life. This is enjoying life, man. Fucking, I'm finna say Crazy Taxi, damn Grand Theft Auto, and just chilling, man. I haven't went to sleep yet since I got off work, but I'm about to. I think that's another reason why I just come home and vent, because people are just getting on my freaking nerves, man. Like, I can only vent to myself. Like I said, my little sister, look how much manhood I'm being oppressed by. Like, they told me I was a narcissist because a little boy had sex with me, and I began to feel very, I wasn't having, very, uncomfortable after that. So I've been uncomfortable ever since that. You know what I'm saying? That boy holds no type of special place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? But I've sat there and I've pretty much written lots of songs and stuff about just, man, that would justify the fact that I want to be a man. My mom, like I said, my mom married a guy from Techwood Projects, and he had autistic kids. One side of his body was fucked up and shit. I've been on all these people ring in my head. I'm an empath, so I'm supposed to care about them naturally. I was taught pretty much to love and shit. That's what the Christian ideology teaches you. So all these people is a program with people like, man, that the fact that they born with deformalities, Down syndrome and shit, and they're like, I want a normal life. But I'm like, people that live a normal life you don't need to be friends and all that shit. It ain't about that. And that's where the balance of life comes, because I'm like, I care about these people. You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way they do on an emotional level. I feel like life should be quiet. It's not about going out and partying all the time. But it's about love. And that's what I gotta accept with some of these, as a lesbian, some of these beautiful women I've seen, that's what they're giving these men and having babies by these men. They're giving them love. And I have to realize that, like Rondo said, loyalty is love, love is loyalty, but love and loyalty aren't the same, because it depends on, most people. I'm down south. Learn that love is charity. That's what they call it in the Bible, right? Charity. Love is about giving. Love is about giving, yeah. And pretty much give where your heart at. Loyalty is something that I don't have because I'm not a straight woman. My mom has 4 kids by 3 different men, you know, and it's fucked up because all these men these little boys I grew up in their life, their moms pretty much wanted them to be pimps and shit, because this is a culture that reigns over the ghetto in with black people specifically. But some of these people ain't black. Like, you could tell by the way I talk that I was raised to pretty much be closed-minded and me myself as just a black person being oppressed by other races, and I was taught that. So a lot of these people with heritage, people with Chinese American, like people I've been around, and I'm like, you're a detox for these people. I'm like, all I can do is sit and wonder in my life, if I was a boy, you know, my life wouldn't have been no different than it is now, because most people are very polygamous, motherfuckers cheating on each other, and at the end of the day, that's what I would like. I would have want to be monogamous, but being that it's so much dysfunctionality out here, that ain't what it would have happened. I probably would have just had a bunch of groupie hoes, put a baby in them, and I actually, when it comes to heterosexuality, I actually would value somebody who has kids just by one person, because at the end of the day, I said, people were teaching me concepts against my own will, and at the end of the day, it is not normal for people to be sitting there having sex with kids. That's the type of rape culture I experienced, and people sitting there wanting their sons to pimp me out, and I'm just going along with all this shit, realizing that, oh, why are y'all so crazy? I don't know. I don't know why people just don't want to have fun and go to sleep.